Good morning, welcome back. And I can say this with a huge smile on my face. Go Spurs, go. Houston in town, Spurs' second game of the regular season. Let's roll the highlights. Silver and black, they got the win, but it really, it was that bad with all the nice highlights. So here we go. Little handoff, dishing outside. Devin Vassell and one three-pointer. That'll be a 4-point play, and this was awesome. Look at this. Wemby in the bag, floater, and one, and then this too. Look at this, wait for it. Full court, driving, beautiful pass, and the slam with the emphasis. So this one would actually go to overtime, tied at 111. That's why the Spurs would finish it on top, 122-126. Keldon, Devin, Wemby, each dropping 20 or more points in the win. And Wemby, a double-double, 21 and 12. So go Spurs, go. All right, we're in the midst of the World Series. Game 1 in the books. What a game it was. Comeback of the night with the Rangers winning 6-5. So Rangers, they're up the series 1-0. Game 2 tonight, 7:03. There's a lot going on in and around San Antonio. Day of the Dead events often include altars honoring loved ones, while one group hopes that their display will also remind drivers to be vigilant for cyclists on the roads.
Day of the Dead is a merger of two traditions, Mexico's indigenous customs and Christianity.
But the only thing that has changed is that it's not anymore a pagan celebration. It is a Christian celebration together with the whole church celebrating All Souls Day.
This merger began when the first missionaries arrived after the Spanish conquest, and they needed a plan.
It was a humongous task that then they said, let's just take their custom but make it Christian. So they took everything that they had for their cult of the dead, but Christianized it. That is why the Day of the Dead is celebrated in Mexico very differently to any other parts of the Catholic world.
The combining of traditions did bring change. The natives' month-long celebration was shortened.
They said, no, it's going to be only one day, which is the official day of the church, the 2nd of November.
The shift to Christianity occurred in very troubling times, and it was difficult for both sides. A miracle was needed.
Then something happened, the event of Guadalupe. Guadalupe appearing as an Indian woman, she was probably the most important or central element of evangelization and accepting Christianity in the New World.
So important that to this day, you'll find her placed atop most altars during Day of the Dead.
Welcome back to Good Morning San Antonio. Happy Saturday morning, everyone out there. We are coming at you live from Civic Park here at Hemisphere, the brand new, newly opened Civic Park. This is open park to the public, and this has just been an amazing morning so far as we are getting a look at everything that we're going to have today for the Dia de los Muertos Festival out here at Hemisphere. So right now we're at the Great Lawn. This is the new lawn space. This is kind of the event space where we're going to have all sorts of different events, but of course we are talking about this weekend, Dia de los Muertos. You can see the stage back there is set. We're going to have live music ready to go. We have vendors already setting things up here, and of course the KSAT crew is going to be out here as well. So again, this is a 2-day event taking place here at Hemisphere. We're expecting about 120,000 people at this event. It's going to be a lot of fun. There are 70 vendors, 90 ofrendas or altars. It's going to be an amazing weekend out here at Civic Park at Hemisphere. So just in case you cannot make it out here, we're actually going to be taping our special that's going to run on November 1st. So Steve Spriester, yes, the one and only Steve, and Stefania Jimenez are going to be out here co-anchoring the event. We're going to have a lot of great pieces throughout that special. And again, it is going to be a lot of fun. November 1st, you can find it right here on KSAT 12 if you are not able to make it out here. If you are able to make it out here, they're going to have an amazing procession at 7 o'clock. And again, music kicking off here around that time later in the evening. It's going to be a lot of fun. Max and Sarah, back to you guys in the studio.
It will be a lot of fun out there. Obviously, weather playing a big part. And Sarah, as we can see on the live cam, we got some I want to say rain, but I don't want to throw anything out there.
Max, you're a regular meteorologist.
I'm doing what I can here.
We've got some light rain out there right now in spots, you know, not too out of the ordinary from the last few days. Let's take a closer look there at that rain. Temperatures are in the mid-70s. We've got very light rain occurring, enough to be a nuisance, but not enough to cause you to think about maybe not spending time outdoors today. This is passing light rain showers. If you happen upon a light rain shower, just duck inside briefly or under an awning. You can see there are a few light rain showers streaming from south to north around San Antonio. Let's go ahead and take a look out near Leon Springs and UTSA up to Fair Oaks Ranch and Bernie. That's where we've got one of these light streamer showers. Also on the northeast side of Bexar County and on the east side of Bexar County, right there Alamo Heights there and up toward Madison High School. That's where we've got some of those light rain showers. Again, these are passing, very light, no hazards out there, no lightning, but it could cause some issues if you are driving out and about. Just be careful on some area roads. This is 410 at Ingram North there. You can see there's some damp spots on the road, so just use caution this morning. Molds as a result of the rain yesterday and the day before, very high, past 15,000. Molds are definitely an issue today. As for this weekend, more of the same today. We're going to get up to 85 degrees. Temperatures are going to be climbing. Rain chances dwindling in the afternoon. Okay, only a 20% chance for a few showers after this morning mugginess. Tomorrow we're going to get up to 78, but in the afternoon, a strong cold front is going to arrive. So even though temperatures are going to get up to 78, you're going to want the jackets in the afternoon as temperatures will fall into the 50s, eventually into the 40s. And then tomorrow night, rain chances really start to pick up. A lot to unpack in the forecast. How is this front going to affect trick-or-treating? Details ahead. Max.
Thank you, Sarah. 60 years. That's how long 23-year-old Jose Heriberto Hernandez Jr. will spend behind bars after stabbing and killing two of his own family members back in 2020. After he was charged with capital murder and the deaths of both his mother and his sister, he was also charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon for attacking a different family member. The district attorney's office said Hernandez admitted responsibility for both murders and the assault. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office on a different crime asking for your help trying to find a different murder suspect. PCSO believes this man, 17-year-old Isaac Gonzalez, is responsible for killing one woman and injuring a second. Deputies say he's wanted on charges of murder and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. They also believe he is armed and dangerous. If you have any information about Gonzalez that can help investigators, you're asked to call the number on your screen, 210-335-6000. Well, San Antonio community members, they are putting a face to those killed by guns. Patricia Castillo with the Peace Initiative, she is leading the movement to honor these victims. There's an altar that's been placed outside the San Antonio Council chambers on Main Plaza. Anyone who's lost a loved one to a shooting is invited to put a picture there and share their story on the altar. Castillo says a lot of voices and a small amount of actions combined, they can help make a big difference in saving lives.
This is a city center issue. You know, this should be at the forefront of our concern, in front of City Hall, in front of everybody, the church, those who govern. Everybody needs to be concerned about this.
The CDC reports that shooting deaths here in Texas has been on the rise for several years now. Well, the city's plan to open a homeless shelter at a downtown hotel, well, that plan is now leaving dozens of workers out of a job. Starting Wednesday, the city of San Antonio is leasing the Holiday Inn on Cesar Chavez and Santa Rosa for 2 years. They have Sam Ministries running it. Pacifica Host Hotels, which manages the Holiday Inn, they emailed a statement saying in part, quote, "There are fewer than 50 employees affected by this transition, and we are actively working to shift employment to other neighboring hotels," end quote. So Sam Ministries confirmed that they had 24 job opportunities because of the site to house the homeless, and they sent job descriptions over to the Holiday Inn team to distribute to their current employees. But here's the thing, of those 24 spots, remember 50 people lost their jobs, so there's 24 openings. Well, those 24 openings, they are not being specifically held for hotel employees. Happening right now, construction for the new elementary school in Uvalde CISD breaking ground. The Uvalde CISD Moving Forward Foundation, they've raised 75% of the funds needed to build the new school. Those who are still interested in donating, you can still do so. You have to visit the Moving Forward Foundation website. Obviously, we're going to be bringing you more updates throughout the day about the ground ceremony on air and online. Well, we've officially entered our 6th day of early voting on the state constitutional amendment election. According to the Bexar County Elections Office, as of Thursday, more than 15,000 people have cast their vote here in Bexar County alone. If you aren't one of them, don't worry. You still have a full week left to do so. Scan the QR code on the screen. It'll take you right to KSAT.com. We have everything you need to know about the election. Early voting does end on Friday, November 3rd. Polls are open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Time now, 9:07, 74 degrees. The TSA has a warning for travelers this Halloween. Don't bring any weird, yeah, I said it, weird Halloween items when you go to travel. Still ahead, we're going to tell you what's allowed, what isn't.
Alrighty, everyone, welcome back. You know, this weekend is going to be a weekend of change. Not today, though. Today, we're going to have one more warm and muggy day. We've already got some areas of light rain out there. We start to see change tomorrow in the afternoon. That's when a strong cold front will arrive, making it windy, dropping temperatures down into the 40s, and eventually bringing rain, especially by tomorrow evening into Monday. And then for trick-or-treating, we're still going to be dealing with chilly air. It'll be near 50 degrees right around the time of sunset. But the good news is dry for all those kids who are wanting to go out and trick-or-treat. It's a different story out there right now. We've got some areas of light rain and drizzle that's limiting visibility in some places. Visibility down to less than 3 miles in Port SA, down to 5 miles in Bernie, down to 5 miles in New Braunfels. And if you're heading out and about, you may run into some very light passing isolated showers. But as you can see, the sun is even starting to come out in some areas as well. So we've got about a 30% chance of rain right now. The rest of the day, only 20% chance for a passing shower. 80 degrees at noon. It's going to be humid and warm this afternoon. 85 with south winds at 10 to 15 miles per hour. A mild evening tonight with temperatures in the 70s. So status quo during the day today. However, tomorrow, take a look at temperatures across the state of Texas. There's the cold front. It's moved through Dallas, Midland, Odessa, Abilene area. It's in the 40s up in Amarillo. This front's going to take its time getting to us. Not really getting to us until tomorrow afternoon. But look at this cold core of air that's just going to continue to funnel in from the north. Temperatures well below freezing for a good part of the nation. So tomorrow, here's how temperatures are going to change. Okay, in the morning, you will not notice a change in the morning. It's going to be muggy and warm. By noon, close to 80 degrees. But in the afternoon, make sure you have a jacket with you if you're going out and being out all day tomorrow, because in the afternoon, temperatures are going to fall into the 50s. In the evening, they'll fall into the 40s. It's going to get very windy, and we'll start to see rain pick up by the evening hours tomorrow. Here's a look at the futurecast tomorrow at noon when the front is on our doorstep. Across the panhandle, there could actually be some ice. If you have any traveling plans, know that there could be some ice across the panhandle. It will be all liquid rain around San Antonio and south central Texas, but cold rain overnight starting tomorrow night, Sunday after sunset. That's when we'll see more widespread rainfall continuing throughout the evening Sunday night and into Monday. Monday's going to be a raw day with cold, blustery conditions and rain out there as well. And speaking of those blustery conditions, take a look at wind gusts potential. Sunday night into Monday morning, we could see wind gusts of up to 40 to 45 miles per hour. Think about your Halloween decorations outside. If you've got lightweight decorations, make sure that they are anchored down. Good news is for trick-or-treating, rain is not going to be a factor. It is still, however, going to be chilly. Temperatures will fall into the 40s after sunset, so make sure your kids are bundled up. Temperatures only in the 40s for highs on Monday because it's going to be rainy. And then by Wednesday morning, we're likely going to be in the 30s in San Antonio in the early morning hours, potentially a light freeze possible in the hill country. Temperatures will moderate, though, back into the 70s by Friday. So weather whiplash this week. Make sure you have the KSAT Weather Authority app handy. You know, this weather is going to affect Dia de los Muertos Fest because we're going to be seeing a much colder afternoon tomorrow.
All right, and speaking of Muertos Fest, Dia de los Muertos, well, the festival's kicked off less than an hour. It's all happening in Hemisphere, and of course, our crew out there through the morning, seeing all the preparation, seeing all the fun before it even begins. RJ Marquez, what's going on out there?
Yeah, Max, it looks like they're doing a little bit of a sound check behind me here as they get the stage ready to go. All right, right on cue, guys. We really appreciate that. But yeah, guys, we are expecting over 100,000 people out here. This event just continues to get bigger and bigger every year. And joining me now is Jim Mendiola. He's the artistic director for Muertos Fest. And we were just saying, Jim, that this is getting worldwide attention now. Kind of explain a little bit of that and some of the people that you've been able to meet.
Yeah, we had 5 journalists from the UK come here yesterday, so the word is spreading. We've had national attention. National Geographic has wrote about us, USA Today, National Public Radio last year, but we had a bunch of journalists from England here and 8 journalists from Mexico. So
there we go.
The Mexicans are coming here to...
absolutely. So this is obviously a huge celebration for the entire city. So you got a lot on your shoulders here, but you've been doing this now for a couple of years. Kind of explain a little bit, what is it that your role is here for Muertos Fest?
My role is not logistics or production. It's more, it's the fun job. I get to pick...
There you go.
pick those elements that kind of contribute to the cultural aspect of the event. I have a word in the bands, some of the discussions that are going on. There's a lot of talk. It's sort of like an iceberg. We have a lot of discussions about what's important and what's Day of the Dead and what we want to focus on and feature and what's important to the city. And then the actual stuff you hear is just the tip of it. So it's a lot of talking about maintaining the reverence for the festival with wanting to be big, but not commercialized.
That is great stuff. So for people that may be watching us right now, we appreciate you guys checking us out on Good Morning San Antonio. What would you say is the one thing that's going to kind of blow people's mind, whether it's music, some of the bands, some of the calaveras out here, the Catrinas, everything? What would you say is kind of the one sort of showcase, if there is one thing you could say?
It's not one, it's like 80 things. And those are the altars. It's the one element that it's not forgotten, but you know, the bands are great. Santiago Jimenez Jr., Ozo Motley tonight. We had Los Lobos last year. But what really continues to draw people are the altars and each story that's represented in the remembrance. It's a person or a thing or a place or an event. So that's the best part. You get lost in that. You can spend all day just going from place to place.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's going to be a lot of vendors out here as well, along as entertainment, food, drinks, all sorts of things.
And it's free.
Yes, I was going to say anything else that people need to know.
It's free.
Yes, that's probably the best thing that we could share. All right, Jim, thank you very much for being with us and again putting together what should be a great event. Okay, we're going to go to break right now. We will be back coming right up.
Good morning and welcome back. So the TSA is warning travelers who go through security checkpoints this Halloween, don't bring prohibited items with you. The agency asking passengers to remember the 311 rule. That rule says that if you're traveling with liquid, gel, cream, paste, or lotion, including fake blood, each item can only be 3.4 ounces or less. It has to be able to fit into a plastic quart-sized bag. And any costume prop like fake or real knives, hatchets, pitchforks, lightsabers, brooms, and scythes must be placed in checked luggage. I want to know what happened that they had to make an announcement with this. All right, speaking of airlines, Southwest customers can now track your bags through the carrier. Now, the airline says people can actually view the status of their checked bags on southwest.com and the mobile app. It confirms when tags are printed and then when bags are loaded and unloaded from the respective planes. Experts have recommended travelers use electronic tracking devices like AirTags to make it a lot easier to find any lost luggage. Time now, 9:21, 75 degrees. Sarah Spivey, you believe in ghosts?
That is a loaded question.
It is a loaded question. All right, after the break, how one local ghost hunter caught some interesting things on camera might make it easier for you to decide if you believe in them or not. Good morning and welcome back. So earlier in the show, we told you SAISD is holding another meeting to discuss a proposal to close as many as 19 campuses. Well, we do want to let you know that originally we told you it would be at a different school. Here is the correct education center that you need to go to if you want to have your voice heard. It is Knox Early Childhood Education Center, that address 302 Tipton Avenue. The school board will vote on a final recommendation package, possibly closing up to 19 schools. That final education package vote is on November 13th. Okay, Halloween just around the corner. So we want to pose this question to all you out there. Do you believe in ghosts? Well, whether you believe or not, one local ghost hunter has recently captured some interesting things on camera. The Texas Ghost Chasers, they spoke with our Erica Hernandez, and they show us why they believe they have evidence that ghosts exist.
For 20 years, Alex Arredondo has been chasing the unknown. As a paranormal investigator, he's always been intrigued with the afterlife and feels it has been something that he can sense. Now he's hoping to prove that ghosts exist.
That's what we try and do, is documented evidence.
Recently, newer technology like an SLS camera has helped his team, the Texas Ghost Chasers, capture some interesting evidence.
What we do is we have an SLS camera, and that maps out the spirits as stick figures. So that right there is evidence in itself.
A recent investigation of the Minger Hotel in downtown San Antonio caught what appears to be a ghost playing some music.
It was 3 in the morning. So we were outside trying to pick up stuff, EVPs. So we went around to the pool area, and I had the SLS camera and came across the spirit that was right there in front by the swimming pool. There was a table, and he's actually playing an instrument.
This is a closer look at that video. It also appears the stick figure is tapping its foot and playing a violin.
That one was a good catch. Even the Minger staff, wow, we've never had anybody, catch that.
And he also captured this photo.
It's through the mirror, and it's a man with a derby hat, like back in the 20s, where they had those hats. Yes, so that was a good catch.
While this time of year is the busiest for the Texas Ghost Chasers, they have planned investigations for the rest of the year and will continue trying to prove the skeptics wrong. Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
Welcome back to Good Morning San Antonio. Happy Saturday, everyone. We're coming to you live from Hemisphere at Civic Park. We're getting ready for Dia de los Muertos, the big festival taking place here tonight, right here in the heart of downtown San Antonio. More than 130,000 people are expected to come out here to check out some amazing altars, some amazing activations, also some live music, food, the whole deal. This is the way that San Antonio celebrates Dia de los Muertos and the way that we honor our loved ones. But something that I also really love about Dia de los Muertos are the alebrijes. Yes, these are our spirit animals in the Mexican-American culture. Dia de los Muertos, you can see this is a dragon design. It's always a mix of maybe a cat mixed with a dragon, or a dog mixed with some other sort of maybe a unicorn. Always some amazing spirit animals. The alebrijes, which are so popular during Dia de los Muertos, they're basically a spirit guide for our souls, and basically a spirit guide for the loved ones who have passed on. And again, another way to honor everything that comes along with Dia de los Muertos. We also have over here, so you can see we have a setup here. It looks like we have a vendor. This individual here has several different items to celebrate Dia de los Muertos. Check this out. We got a little Coco guitar there. Obviously, very popular movie there, Disney, that made Dia de los Muertos very popular over the past couple of years. You can see we have the candles there as we continue to honor our loved ones, the marigolds and the cempasúchi's as well. So it is just going to be a jam-packed day out here at Hemisphere Civic Park again. So biggest thing, this is all free. Yes, this is all free for you to come check out these amazing altars, these amazing ofrendas. And oh, I think we're gonna say maybe that might have been like a Pee Wee Herman bike. I'm not sure. We'll have to check on that one right now. Of course, the great Paul Rubens, who passed away this past year. Again, it's all free. Now, in case you cannot make it out here, we are going to record. We have KSAT 12 special that's going to be shown on November 1st. And again, you can watch that on KSAT 12. Look at this individual right here. Yeah, this is very impressive here, sir. Very nice. Dia de los Muertos. Yeah, just some of the color and the character and the culture that makes this event shine here in San Antonio. This all gets started around 7 o'clock. Of course, it's going to be open here all day, but the procession, 7 o'clock, and then we're going to get some live music going as well. Max and Sarah, back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, RJ. All right, so we just saw, okay, well, there's nothing on the screen right now, but we did just see with RJ how it looked outside. And Sarah, I got to tell you, it is mean and muggy to start our morning.
Max, you're something. You were on screen. Something on screen.
Oh, thank you, Sarah.
Yeah, we do have some areas of light rain out there this morning. Take a look at the radar. I want to show you some areas that are dealing with these streamer showers, these early morning streamer showers. Now they're going to become less common in the afternoon. So this light rain really shouldn't stop you from getting outside and enjoying time outdoors today, perhaps at Muertos Fest, but just know that it could be a little bit of a nuisance early this morning. There's some streamer showers along 281 from the airport to Bulverde, up toward Fair Oaks Ranch and Scenic Oaks near UTSA as well. Seeing some light rain moving through areas closer to downtown inside of Loop 410 there on the south side of downtown. And again, these are just moving from south to north, very isolated in nature. And unfortunately, because we've had at least some rain the last several days, molds have climbed. Molds in the pollen count today are very high, past 15,000. So for Muertos Fest today, again, just a 20% chance for an isolated shower. It is going to be very muggy today, 85 degrees for the high. Temperatures tonight going to fall into the 70s after sunset. But tomorrow is going to be a transition day. Tomorrow, if you are planning on being outside, maybe across downtown San Antonio or anywhere across South Central Texas, in the morning you will not need a jacket, but in the afternoon you will, because a very strong cold front will be arriving around 2. That's going to knock temperatures down into the 50s and eventually into the 40s in the evening hours and make it very windy. Coming up in the forecast, we're going to be talking about how rain will arrive with this front too for a portion of the week, and how will this front affect Halloween and trick-or-treating. Details in a few minutes. Max.
Thank you, Sarah. We are following developments out of the Middle East as Israel expects and expands their ground operations in Gaza. We have a lot to talk about in that. We're going to get there in a few moments, but right now we want to tell you about what's happening here in San Antonio. 4 people now facing charges of theft of copper after San Antonio police caught them stealing thousands of dollars worth of copper early yesterday. So this all unfolded near West Jones and North St. Mary Street at an old CPS energy plant. Now, someone in the nearby building, they called 911 claiming that the group was behaving strangely in the parking lot. SAPD says it's likely because they were loading about $20,000 worth of copper wire into their truck.
This is the first call that I've ever seen like this. This is not something that is usually easy for someone to do, so we're unsure how they got it or what tools they may have used.
Investigators believe the group actually accessed the wire through a manhole. Still not sure how they got onto the property. Well, doctors across San Antonio, they say RSV is on the rise again. And just this week, the CDC warning that there could be a potential shortage of certain RSV vaccines. Remember, RSV, it's that sickness that doctor says first comes across like mild or cold-like symptoms. But for those at risk, it could cause some serious harm. Older adults and younger children under the age of 1, they're most at risk for complications.
So try to keep their babies away from other sick people if possible. Not always possible. Be mindful of hand washing, good hand hygiene.
So the shortage CDC warns of applies to one specific RSV preventative antibody. Doctors say because production for this just started, they don't have enough supply to meet the growing demand. Time now, 9:37, 75 degrees. We have a lot to come here on GMSA. After the break, what one nonprofit in San Antonio is making accessible for children who are hard of hearing. And let's see, can we get a live look out of the Alamo City? Oof. We see the picture out there, but not too much to look at. Muggy start to your Saturday morning. What is the rest of the weekend? What does Halloween look like? We're going to check in with Sarah Spivey in just a few moments. Good morning and welcome back. With hundreds of playgrounds across the city, one nonprofit is working to make sure that at least one of them are more accessible to those who are deaf and hard of hearing. Our Avery Everett shows us what this means for so many people across our community.
Yeah, it's a long time coming, yeah. So it's just very special.
This playground was built with a purpose.
We designed it with has limited static electricity.
And to the team of San Antonio nonprofit Aid the Silent, it's all about accessibility for the deaf and hard of hearing community.
You know, when I was growing up, I always felt lonely on the playground. That's where I felt like I couldn't really belong or understand. I played by myself a lot.
This playground is strategically designed with deaf accessibility in mind. Like this slide, it's completely metal. That's because sometimes there's static going down a plastic slide that can wipe out the programming in a cochlear implant.
It is just amazing to me how much I've learned from this project.
Eat the Silent is one of 100 community-nominated projects across the United States. It's selected to be a part of the 2023 Lowe's Hometowns Community Impact Project. In just a couple of months, they've renovated sidewalks, created an outdoor area, and built this playground.
It made me feel like the kids have freedom to be here and have more space to have fun.
Once a 9-year-old student, now turned a 19-year-old volunteer. Aid the Silence Kendall Warish says this playground gives young kids who are deaf or hard of hearing a place to just be called kids.
So they feel like I can't play, so this one is the best. But now they can play and they're deaf.
From the stage to the slides.
They feel beautiful now.
Aid the Silent is building a community and now a playground too. Avery Everett, KSAT 12 News.
Wow, that story just makes me so proud. For those of you who don't know, I actually am hard of hearing. I have a little ear candy that I wear too in my ear to hear a little bit better. And I'm honored to be the keynote speaker for the Aid the Silent Gala, which will be happening next Saturday. So what a wonderful thing to show that playground there. And again, kudos to Aid the Silent. This morning, as you look outside, you can see that it is a little rainy in spots. We've got some very light rain across areas in San Antonio. You can see there's actually a little bit of a backup there on 410 because of some of that light rain. So just use caution today. This morning visibility is down to about 8 miles in some locations, 7 miles in Castroville, because again, there are those few streamer showers. Now during the afternoon today, rain chances really go down. We're only going to see about a 20% chance for a few showers and a high of 85. So more of the same today, a warm and muggy day, but this is our last warm and muggy day for a while. Because tomorrow in the afternoon, we expect a cold front to move through, the strongest cold front we've seen so far this season. So in the morning, we'll get up into the 70s, but in the afternoon, temperatures are going to plummet. It's going to become windy, and by Sunday night, we're also going to have rain chances. So let me get you through the rest of your day today, though. Again, more of the same, 30% chance for an isolated shower this morning. Right around noon, 80 degrees and mostly cloudy. In the afternoon, 85 and partly cloudy, and a 20% chance for an isolated shower during the day. It's going to be a mild evening with temperatures in the 70s. Not too bad for outdoor activities today. Just some of those streamer showers working their way across south central Texas. Heavier rain and thunderstorms up near Dallas-Fort Worth if you have travel plans today. And then there's lots of snow actually behind this front up in parts of Nebraska. Temperatures are falling into the 40s behind this front. It's 42 in Amarillo and even colder up across the northern Rockies. Tomorrow is our transition day. In the morning, it's going to be more of the same. Temperatures climbing to 78 degrees. In the afternoon, that front arrives, and this is one of those fronts where if you're outside, you are going to feel that colder air hit. Temperatures are going to fall. Do not get caught without a jacket tomorrow. You leave in the morning, you won't need one, but you will want it by the afternoon. It's going to fall into the 50s and 40s. Very windy conditions, too. Let me take you through the futurecast, and we'll talk a little bit about rain chances here. Now, when the front moves through, only a few isolated showers and storms. But by the evening hours after sunset, that's when I expect rain to really start to pick up around San Antonio, points west, and in the hill country. Sunday night and Monday, that's when we have the best chance for rain. And Monday's going to be a cold, damp day. It is going to be windy, too. So when you take away rain chances, when is the best chance for rain? Yeah, we've got those streamer showers out there right now, but Sunday night and Monday, that's when we'll have more widespread rain. Thankfully, rain should end by Tuesday, trick-or-treating. It's going to get windy, though, too. Wind gusts of up to 40 to 45 miles per hour. So please make sure to secure those Halloween decorations. And speaking of Halloween, trick-or-treat forecast, yeah, cold, upper 40s, dress warm. But the wind will be subsiding only from the north at 10 miles per hour. And here's the good thing, no rain. Trick-or-treating should be okay as long as you bundle up your kids. Take a look at this forecast. 43 on Monday morning, only in the 40s for the high on Monday, a damp, cold day. 55 on Tuesday, then in the 40s for trick-or-treating. Wednesday morning, we're going to wake up in the upper 30s, perhaps a light freeze in the hill country, not in San Antonio, but in the hill country. And then temperatures regulate by the end of the week, Max.
Oh, my goodness. They're keeping you on your toes over here.
Absolutely. It is a weather whiplash of a week.
All right. Speaking of the weather, RJ Marquez out and about throughout the morning. Dia de los Muertos Festival kicks off today in less than an hour. The opening ceremony at Hemisphere, really about 14 minutes away. Our crew is out there to see the festivities before they even begin. RJ, how's it looking out there?
Yeah, Max, there is a lot of buzz, a lot of energy that you could already feel here on the grounds of Civic Park, the newly opened Civic Park. Again, there's going to be 90 altars, ofrendas out here, and there's going to be all sorts of vendors, foods, drinks. And so we are just very happy to be able to have this event here in San Antonio. And joining me now is someone that many literature lovers probably know about, have read your work, Carmen Tafoya. She's former poet laureate for the state of Texas. Carmen Tafoya is joining me now, and just talk about the cultural significance of this event here in San Antonio.
You know, it's wonderful that the Muertos Fest here celebrates a tradition that goes back thousands of years. And that tradition is that just because somebody dies doesn't mean they leave you. Their spirits are still around, they're still connected. It's not Mexican Halloween, which a lot of people try and say, oh, it's Mexican Halloween, because it's not scary. It's not meant to be scary. It's meant to be warm, comforting, playful. We know that on these days we honor those who have gone before, and we feel connected to them, and we feel their presence, and it's a powerful presence. If you walk through all of these altares here at Civic Park, you're seeing people's generations going back. You're seeing the love in their faces and the love in their remembrance of who they are and why they're here, and that we are here as survivors because many people survived before us.
Yeah, it is a truly, truly beautiful event, Carmen Tafoya. Just something that, again, connects us generations of our family, a lot of Mexican-American, Chicano families. So how do you think San Antonio has been able to embrace this event? This event just continues to grow. This is now the 11th year of this event. How, in your opinion, has this event just grown here, and how have we embraced it?
There's three big reasons. One is that San Antonio has always had a dominance of people from the native roots. We as Mexicanos are heavily indigenous, and this festival is an indigenous tradition. So it's always been a very Mexican city. Before it was Mexican, it was Mexicano. Before it was Mexicano, it was Yanaguana. So we have a connection to a very deeply rooted culture. Number two, San Antonio has always been a place that loves and welcomes people from different origins. So we embrace the cultural, and people that come here start getting it. After they're here for a while, they start to say, hey, you know, I'm gonna get into this. I'm gonna adopt this. I can be part of it. It's like a Mexican family. Nobody is a stranger. After a couple of years, you become family. You know, it's just like,
absolutely,
this is my good friend. He's like a primo. You know, how are you blood related? Well, we're not blood
Tocayo,
related. Yes. We're related every way that we can relate to people, whether we carry the same name they carry, or whether we carry, you know, the same job that they carry. We call each other in ways that connect us as a family. And third of all, we love to celebrate. And
yeah, we do. We do.
And so this has caught on. It's a deep celebration. It's got a meaning to it. Everybody has lost someone in life. Whether even if you don't know their names, you've lost the people that came before you. And in this day and age, when we have so much death and so much sadness and so much stress around us, it's a wonderful way to remember that the spirit is broader and bigger than just the body's life.
All right, thank you very much, Carmen, for being with us today as we celebrate Dia de los Muertos here at Hemisphere. Definitely, and you know what, I can't even add to that, Max, because this is some beautiful words that Carmen just said right now. As a matter of fact, so we're going to take you to break. We will be back coming up in just a bit.
Calaveras aren't just the painted skulls you see every year. Calaveras can be written, and they are humorous and a poetic Day of the Dead tradition.
A calavera is written about someone who's still alive. To poke fun or to bring somebody down in the form of a pun or satirical piece of poetry. And it is usually written about someone who's prominent either in politics, in sports, in entertainment. Calaveras are not written about people who are already dead, and that's because a person cannot defend themselves.
No one can precisely say how calaveras became a Day of the Dead tradition, but one artist played a crucial role leading up to the Mexican Revolution.
One thing that happened is that José Posada in Mexico took this Spanish tradition of writing calaveras in a literary way, and he took it and did visuals, art pieces with skeletons. The premise being that underneath everybody is the same and everyone is a skeleton. How did calaveras come to San Antonio? Would you believe that one person brought them over? Moisés Espino del Castillo. Castillo meaning castle, so he then becomes the Duke of Calaveras. He was asked to write some poetry for our local newspaper back in the early 70s. He was a Spanish professor, so all his work was done in Spanish. So then he was asked to do some calaveras, which he objected to because he said no one going to be able to read them in an English-speaking newspaper. But nonetheless, he did write some and started then a 30-year career in writing calaveras. I think that is just one of the most incredible things that you can single-handedly say this person brought the calaveras to San Antonio, Texas.